Whew, last night's episode was definitely a doozy. Why am I wearing a hoodie in the middle of the summer? I don't know, but let's get into this. So as y'all know, last night's episode was movie night, which was much needed, but I called this shit. I called this shit from the beginning, and I said with this cast, movie night is going to be a fucking mess. Like, it's going to be crazy, and it's going to be crazy. Like, I knew it was gonna be crazy. We've been watching a lot of things this season that we just been picking off, and we've been like, that's gonna be a movie night, and they did not short us of that at all. If I feel like we wanted a Royal Rumble, we wanted a show, all of that, we got it and more. Because to be honest with you guys, I felt like this episode was extremely controversial. And I'm only saying that because of what people are saying online. Also, before I get started on opinions, like, I know sometimes I'll like sarcastically say things, I'll joke around, or whatever. But like, in all seriousness, I really hope that the entire cast, I don't care if I have some people that I really don't like. I really hope that they all find the help that they need once they exit the villa, because I feel like the things that they're gonna find online is not going to be fun. And if you don't know, Love Island does kind of have a history with, people unaliving themselves, and people just going through mental breakdowns, and I just don't wish that on anybody. I just feel like, oh my god, it's so crazy. I'm looking at the TV. You know how Roku has that thing, that purple thing that looks like a city? It says Brinity for life. That's crazy. They're already fucking calling it. Isn't that crazy? I should take a picture of that if it comes back on. But it's like the Roku. Anyways, whatever. So I just hope that everybody seeks the help that they need. They are 2 days ahead given, so I really hope that things have kind of eased down, because it was a lot. It was a lot of things. I feel like movie night should either been maybe a little bit before, or it should have been maybe like give them some time to kind of process the recoupling. Oh my god, wait, hold on. I gotta show you guys this. Look at this, you guys, on the TV, Brinity for life. And this is the Roku thing, like when your shit is like on pause. Anyways, back to last night. So before we get into movie night, I'm gonna try to remember everything, because movie night was really like the biggest part of the show, but there were some things that I want to highlight. So for one, of course, we pick up on Anaya finishing that conversation with Casey, like where he essentially tried to like apologize. They tried to come to a mutual understanding, and they kind of did. He did try to joke with her, and of course, like always, she's not gonna take shit as a joke. But also, before I get into the movie night, I want you to understand too, because I said this before my other video. I'm not picking no sides, but I'm gonna call a spade a spade. And if I feel like someone is wrong in set episode, I'm gonna say it. It doesn't mean that I'm team this person or team that person, because I feel like multiple people are wrong in certain situations. Sorry guys, I got interrupted. But anyways, yeah, I'm not team anybody, but if you're wrong, you're wrong. Like, I'm just saying you're wrong. That's it. Like, and this is my opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. I'm entitled to mine. I don't be going on people's videos on here and looking at anything, because I've heard like that it's a little biased on here. I'd rather go on Threads, but I like putting my videos up here. So if this finds somebody who feels the opposite opinion to what I have to say, then good for you. I'm not responding. Like, I'm not doing none of that. And if y'all get too disrespectful in the comments, which people don't really comment, but if they do get disrespectful, then you're getting blocked. It's just that simple. I'm not doing none of that. But all the death threats to like the families, the cast members, I think that shit is very crazy. And I'm gonna say, I don't know if this is a new fan base or if these are just like people that have been fans for years, because this happens apparently every year. So yeah, anyways, let's get into the episode. So yeah, they pick up on that, and so they go their separate ways to their respectful couples. And Anaya's talking to Carl, and after they talk, whatever, she gets on top of him, starts kissing him, all of that, whatever. And I want y'all to keep that in mind, right? So Casey tells TT that they had a conversation, and he's glad that she's not mad at TT, that Anaya's not mad at TT, which I don't understand why she would be mad at her, but they're cool. But that he still feels like bad, and I really feel it's because he didn't really get to say what he wanted to say, but that really kind of was his fault, because he gave her the floor, and they were just doing this petty back and forth shit. And like when he did give her the floor, it was just like more like, oh, you're a coward, you're this, you're that, whatever. He tried to apologize, but I feel like he wanted to say more. And when the moment he told TT that, I'm like, this is gonna be a problem later. Which him saying more is not an issue. I just feel like when everybody is in the room, it's a problem. When it's a one-on-one conversation, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, it never goes anywhere neither, but it's a little bit more tamed. So fast forward, we know that Gal and Kenzie kissed in the last episode. So Kenzie tells Dylan, and Dylan starts crying, y'all. Like, and she's like, oh, I didn't expect it. I didn't expect you for you to be that way, blah, blah, blah. So Kata and Zach find out that she kissed Gal through Dylan, and they're like, damn, like that really fucking sucks, because like you really liked her, like you were so nice to her, and this is not. I'm telling y'all right now, I do not like this girl, and that does not mean that I hate her or anything like that. I just don't like her ways, and I wouldn't want to be her friend neither. So fast forward the next day. I'm just fast forward to the next day. The next day, because some shit, I'm just skipping over some stuff. Like, I don't feel like talking about certain things. But the next day, Jen is talking to Kenzie, Kata. She pulls her, and she tells her, that she heard that they kissed or whatever, and Jen was mad because Jen is like, bro, I've asked her to be transparent with me, and she didn't do that. Like, she didn't honor that as a friend. At this point, it's like it's okay. Like, if you're feeling him, that's cool. But now it feels like you always want to have the attention on you, and that shit is getting annoying. And I'm gonna say this, and I said this in my last video. I don't feel bad for Jen, only because I feel like you knew who you had as a friend. She did the same shit to Melanie, and she was kicking and laughing with you about it. And you were kicking and laughing with her and encouraging her to do bullshit to Caleb. Because let's be honest, like, you feel bad about Dylan because now it has to do with the guy that you were interested in, but you didn't feel bad for Caleb like that. So now you want to say something. Like, it's so funny. So Kenzie did say that she was gonna pull her, but she had already found out. So Kenzie essentially pulls her, and she tries to tell her, like, she's like, oh yeah, this is that, and Jen is like, I already know, girl, like, I already know. And she read her like a book. But this is what I didn't like about Jen's read. Jen is reading her and ends it with, if I wasn't in the villa, I wouldn't be your friend. If we were outside the villa, I wouldn't be your friend. And Kenzie does the whole shit where she tries to, like, gaslight her and make her feel bad, like guilt trip her for what she just said. And Jen stands down, and I'm like, Jen, get the fuck up, girl. You just said the realest shit that I've seen anybody say in this fucking season, and you really gonna stand down, girl? Like, I was so pissed, because I'm like, nah, girl, I need you to stand up on that, because I'm gonna need you to stand up on that. But I feel like she's looking at her, you know, sideways. By the way, there's gonna probably be a part, there's gonna be multiple parts of this shit, because it's a lot to unpack. But I'm glad she did that, right? So Melanie's talking to Sincere, and she's, oh, let me tell y'all what Sincere did with Melanie. He took her to the dock and started showing her sign language. Who did he show sign language to, and who does this remind you of from season 6? I'll wait. Aaron and Kayla and Daniela. What are we really doing, Sincere? Like, are we having a repeat? And it's like, I'm just sitting there and I'm like, bro, you don't even know production is building a RICO case on you. Like, you don't even know what is coming for you. Like, I just, you know what he does from now on, I'm just not even surprised. Like, it's like both of them, like, I'm just not even surprised. Like, Melanie, I like you, girl, but I don't even think movie night is going to change anything. So whatever, they go back to the whatever, the backyard, whatever it's called. By the way, Gal said he wants to talk to Amora. Amora, please don't waste your time with this man, because he's trying to stay in that villa. Like, don't even do it. Don't even waste your time, because he's sitting there after, oh, and wait, hold on. Kenzie's saying that a kiss is like a handshake to her. I fucking cannot with her, y'all. So they get a text, movie night, blase blah, everybody shitting bricks. Some people are excited. I know Corbin was definitely excited. Corbin had me weak, y'all. Like, let's make light out of this. The one person that I felt like was entertaining to watch was Corbin and Dylan, because Dylan was sitting there eating that popcorn, and Corbin was sitting there like this, like, big ass smile. And everybody's like, oh, Corbin's time is coming. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I don't even think Corbin cares. Like, I don't even think Corbin cares what production got on him, because he's gonna be like, yeah, I did that shit. Fuck the repercussions. Like, he does not. I don't think he cares. I do not think he cares. So the first clip. What was the first clip? I think the first clip was KC, wasn't it? Was it KC? No. It was Zach. Zach's shit was first. So it shows him and Alana's connection, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, we see Kata getting all teary-eyed and all of that. And she's just saying that it's just painful to just watch it, right? So what we are thinking as an audience, like, is she finna find out what Zach hasn't told her? It hasn't happened yet, y'all. Like, it hasn't happened yet at all. But it was, like, really sad seeing her that way. Zach tried to apologize, whatever, right? So then we get KC. We get to KC, y'all. Like, we get to fucking KC. And the way they did the movie challenge this time is they had, like, them flip a coin that's a boy or girl, boys or girls, and whatever it landed on, they would pick a door, like, on the screen, and then that door would reveal set movie. So they get on to KC. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I don't remember. No, the argument started once they got to Anaya. Like, once they got to Anaya's clip. But they get to Casey's clip, and it's just back to back things of him saying distasteful shit. And I'm gonna say distasteful because I'm gonna be honest with you guys. After going back and watching the things that he said, I can see how she felt disrespected. Was it disrespectful? I don't want to say it was. I don't think it was. This is just my opinion. I don't feel like it was disrespectful. I feel like it was very distasteful. I feel like he was feeling himself a little too much once he got in Casa, and he was just spewing out word vomit. And on top of that, I don't know what he was trying to do with Corbin. If he was trying to impress him, I don't know if he was trying to bro down with him. But the things that he said, I can agree that some of it was unnecessary, or the way that he said it, if that makes sense. Because I kind of feel like he was venting, and at the moment, like, he's like, well, I'm not in the villa. I can finally, like, really say how I feel. And one thing about Casey is that Casey has always said things sometimes where that was unhinged. And I said this in one of my first videos. Like, I'm like, I don't know if he's, like, if he thinks about what he says sometimes, but I feel like he got a little beside himself, or maybe a lot beside himself, and it did hurt Anaya. But I'm gonna say some controversial shit later that y'all are not gonna want to hear, because I'm gonna say it. But yeah, it's just back to back, and he's sitting there sinking into that fucking couch. Like, he was sitting there like, oh my god. And I can't tell whether he was sitting there because it embarrassed him what he saw, like, he's like, fuck, I really said that, or if he's saying that because, like, damn, I just made amends with her, kind of, so now I'm in some other shit. And he did say that prior to movie night. So you know, she gets on his ass, or she's like, oh, whatever, I don't want to hear it, blah. I don't remember exactly what happened, but in the midst of this shit happening, let me tell y'all, in the midst of this shit happening, they show the clip. When they're showing all the clips, they show the clip where he picks Tierra. And when they're showing the clip, Trinity, I believe it was Trinity, Trinity noticed that somebody's missing in the group of girls, of Casa girls. Who's missing? Who's missing? Kata, she tells her, Kata's like, what? No fucking way. And I tell y'all right now, I saw me and Kata. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I saw me and Kata. Because when I'm trying to put 2 and 2 together after an argument and shit is not making sense, and now I'm coming out with some new calculations and shit, I'm like, hold the fuck up. Wait. And she's just sitting there the whole time. I was watching Kata. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. When they was doing all the back and forth and they was doing everything that they were doing, I was just watching Kata the whole time. Because I'm like, bro, she's waiting. She's waiting to say what she gotta say. But anyways, they get to her, and I may have skipped some stuff, so if I skipped it, but I'm gonna get to the nitty gritty. So they get to Anaya's clip, and in Anaya's clip, it's, you know, it's a little bit more tame. Like, at first she's talking her shit, like, yeah, I'm gonna get even, I'm gonna play the game, I'm gonna blah this, blah that, and then they show her connection with Carl, and you know, all the girls are awing and all of that and whatever. Now I want to say that Tierra did make some points. In the midst of all these arguments, Tierra did say, and I'm gonna say this, when Tierra was watching that clip, this was her face. Everybody's like, oh, why is she smiling all maliciously like that, and whatever. I don't know what Tierra's intent is, but I'm just gonna guess that the girl has seen herself in a lot of music videos, and this just happened to be another one that she was looking at and was like, damn, I look good seducing this man. I don't know what was going through her head, but we finna find out tomorrow, I guess, whatever. But you know, fuck, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, they showed Naya shit and whatever, and Tierra said, well, you guys, you know, she mad because it's like you guys are telling her one thing, but you're telling me another thing. Because in KC's thing, they show Sincere telling Tierra, like, I've never seen him smiling like that, And mind you, earlier in the episode, Anaya and Sincere were having like a heart-to-heart conversation. She's telling him that she's happy with Carl and this and that and whatever. So this clip is showing, nah, bro, you really not my friend like that, like whatever, because you over here big up and. But I also feel like Sincere didn't lie to Tierra, like. That's the one time the man told the truth. Like, he didn't lie to her. But Tierra was like, nah. What is it? Because y'all been telling me one thing, but y'all telling her something else. And like I said, that is true. Whatever, right? So, I'm trying to remember everything, y'all, because this shit was in shambles. Like, when I tell you it was bad. So the guys are calling the girls a double standard because they're happy for Anaya, but they weren't happy for KC having a connection. And again, I do feel like, you know what? I'm gonna save this for the end, because I don't want to say it, which I don't want me to say. But the girls are saying that Casey was disrespectful. He went about it disrespectfully. Now, I want y'all to also keep in mind that everything that they just saw tonight, they never saw before. All they saw was when the guys arrived at Casa on that live. That's all you have to go off of. The boys don't even know what it looked like when y'all were having that pool party when the guys arrived. They don't know that. They don't know that. But they made their choice, right? I'm just saying. But, and I still want to know why Trinity's mad. Because if she's mad about what Bryce said about them being the top couple or whatever, that's ridiculous. For y'all to be jumping on Casey like that shit is ridiculous. Also, I didn't forget, Kata does say something to Zach. Like, she's like, yo, you full of shit, And some people came to his defense. Like, they were like, yeah, you know, he was with Alana, but, like, he couldn't stop talking about you. Like, she did leave, but he couldn't stop talking about you. Like, and the girls, like, the Casa girls were saying, we never, like, we were sleeping next to him. We never heard him, you know, doing anything, like, a sexual nature, like they wasn't doing too much and whatever, right? But she's still mad because he withheld that secret, and she has all the right to get mad. And the fact that the girls try, because this is the shit that made my ass itch. The fact that the girls were telling her, oh, but he chose you. Why does that matter? Why does that matter? Why does it matter if she got chosen or not? It's about respect. Remember, respect over getting chosen. Melanie, remember, like I just don't understand like what y'all want, but it's just too much. So. You know, they're still going back and forth, and at one point, Casey got also Sincere, which if you guys watched the movie night or whatever, also like the clips were all over the place. Like at some point you see, like if you look at Melanie's face, it looked like she had been crying, but we know she started crying when Sincere's clip, which is coming up, was showing. But Sincere's clip, it seems like Sincere's clip was shown first, and then all the KC stuff came after. And by the time that they got to Sincere, by the time they got to KC's shit, they were already riled up because they had seen the most appalling shit that they were going to watch all night. Well, no, I think Kenzie's going to top him too. Like, him and Kenzie are going to go hand in hand, but we'll get to that in a second. So, whatever, I'm trying to remember everything. But at some point they're going back and forth. Sincere got up and told Anaya to be quiet. He was like, "Oh, shut up, y'all shut up," because I'm talking to Anaya, and I'm like, "Oh, you should be the last person talking right now. Like, I'm gonna need you to sit down. Like, I don't care if your clip went first, second, last, third, the grand finale. You should just be quiet. Like, you need to just sit the hell down for the rest of the stuff." I don't even remember what he came at Anaya about. But whatever, right? Cool. So at some point, KC got up because he's trying to explain himself. And he's like, "Nah, like y'all coming at TT, whatever. Y'all should be coming at me. Like, I don't need y'all coming at her or coming at anybody." Because I think TT she said something too. Like, she's like, "Nah, it's a double standard because he came in. If you would have came in with Carl, which is true. If you would have came in with Carl, the guys would have never gave you shit for it. Like, if you would have chose Carl. But me and him came in, and it seemed to be an issue. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. And I'm gonna say it now. The most controversial shit that people don't want to hear, Anaya fans don't want to hear. The girl was mad because she didn't get chose. I said it. She did not get picked. I'm sorry, she didn't get picked, and that's why she was mad. She was hollering and screaming, "You didn't pick me! You didn't pick me!" Then she thought everybody was laughing at her when everybody was laughing at something else. And I will say, they were dead wrong for not, like, as a group, maybe comforting her. I could say that only Melanie was the only person that really, really was there for her. But you made your choice. You made your choice. And I don't even know what the fuck it was based on. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, because even the girls, if y'all rewatch that recoupling, the girls were looking at her like, "Don't do it," because as soon as she said, "Carl, you're the perfect guy," blah blah blah, they already knew what her choice was gonna be. And my thing is I just feel like her and KC just were not compatible, and that's okay. But they don't know how to let that shit go. That's what the problem is. And prides were hurt. Her pride was really hurt. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. She wasn't picked. She thought, and I'm gonna put it like this for y'all. She thought she saw all her girls get their men back, and at what cost? Let's be honest. At what cost? What was the prize here? Sincere's a liar. Zach is questionable, and I don't mean in that term. I mean as in, he says a lot of things to Kata that makes me feel like he don't like her. And then Bryce and Trinity, we're gonna leave that up in the air, because if Roku on my TV is already calling it, I'm pretty sure they're gonna win. So I don't even care about them. But it's the fact that you saw Melanie get Sincere back, and at what cost? Because she has the worst guy in the house, but you still steady defend that man. I don't know how y'all didn't see how full of shit. Y'all must have really not liked Soul. That's what it was. It had to be that you didn't like Soul, that you couldn't see what the hell Sincere was doing. Because can nobody talk that good to me for me not to see some patterns? Like, there's clearly a problem here. But whatever. I feel like she thought that Casey was going to come through that door with nobody else. I'm just being honest. And I don't even want to hear about the exploring stuff, none of that, because we already established that he said some distasteful shit. She took it as disrespect, which she is entitled to take it that way. If she felt like it was disrespect, even the grandma shit, she laughed at it, so we can hang that up. But if she felt like it was disrespectful, her feelings are valid. They're valid. If she felt like she wasn't picked and that hurt her feelings are valid. They're valid. I'm not saying that, but let's not fucking act like she wasn't mad because she wasn't picked. She wasn't mad because she wasn't picked. And that's it. That's the end of that. Now, where things got uncomfortable was KC started getting up, after he's trying to defend himself. They're telling him to shut the fuck up. They're saying, TT tells him, "Yeah, y'all jumped on him," and Kata and Trinity are gonna say, "And we'll do it again, and we'll do it again." And I'm sorry, but that was really fucking immature. Like, y'all are doing the most. So KC gets up, but not on some, and I didn't see it this way, but he got up and he was respectfully on his side. I'm pretty sure we seen other men get up. I'm pretty sure Sincere got up when he was telling all the girls to shut the fuck up. He's not talking to them, he's talking to Anaya. He got up real quick and then sat back down. He got up, and maybe that was a mistake, but he wasn't being heard. Just like at the recoupling, they just started going ham on this man. He wasn't being heard. So he got up, and and he's like, look at what y'all doing. Like, look at what y'all doing, this, and that. In no shape, way, or form did I take any of what he was doing threatening. But all of a sudden, she gets up, and she's like, "The fuck you getting up for? Blah, blah, whatever. You getting up like you a big this, and that," whatever she was saying, and started walking up to him. And he's like, "All right, man, all right, bro, whatever." And he sat down, and she got in his face, just like this. Like, she was ready to knuck and buck with him. And I'm gonna say this right now, Anaya, you was wrong, baby. Girl, you was so fucking wrong. Like, I don't have any words for that shit, and I'm telling you this as a healed crash out. You were wrong. I have gotten into I told y'all I've been in my relationship for 13 years. I've gotten into heated arguments. I can say my man and I have never put our hands on each other, never been close to it, never called each other outside of our names. We've never gone down that road, but we have yelled at each other. And I have yelled over him in arguments in the past just to get my point across, but not listen to understand what he's trying to say too. And it really, really fucked with our communication. It is not the fucking way. It is not the fucking way. And I wouldn't want nobody talking like that to my brother, my cousin, nobody. That's not the fucking way. Because if it would have been reversed, he would have been off that island. He wouldn't even be there right now. He would be here in LA, wherever he's from, South Central or Inglewood, wherever he's from. He would have been right over there. I don't agree with people saying, "Oh, she got up because he did," or whatever, y'all was telling him collectively, sit the fuck down, sit the fuck. Y'all talking to this guy like he is a child. He jokes around and all of that, but he is a man at the end of the day. And again, because y'all like to twist and turn and call people, you know, pick me's and shit like that because they are telling you something. I've been in those situations again where I'm very frustrated, and I'm so frustrated that I'm not listening to the other person that I'm arguing with. You know, even if the other person is wrong, like if I don't want to hear you out, I'm gonna just say I don't want to hear you out, and I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna leave it alone, and I'm gonna be like, listen, we can talk about this some other time. Oh, me would have been like, yeah, we talking about this shit right now, and I'm gonna let you know, and blah blah blah, and I'm not even gonna let you talk. And it never got me anywhere. It never got us anywhere. It never fixed anything. If anything, it made him more closed off to me, to the point where he didn't want to talk to me, and he also didn't want to acknowledge what he did wrong. Anyways, this is to say that for me, that scene was very hard to watch. But what comes after that is very hard for me to watch as well. But it was very hard for me to watch. It wasn't fun. All the arguments online, like, it's just crazy. Like, it's just crazy because it makes me think. First of all, it showed me that a lot of people in this villa are not ready for a relationship. They're not. They're not, because relationships are not going to be perfect. They're not going to be perfect. You know, people are going to mess up. And I'm not talking about infidelity. I'm not talking about, you know, it could just be something simple that somebody said. It could be just anything that isn't like the common shit like infidelity or whatever. But arguments are going to happen. If you carry that type of like energy into that relationship where you're ready to knuck and buck with somebody and you're not trying to hear them out just because you're mad because something disappointed you that bad, then that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, that's like, I don't understand how you're going to make it through the relationship at all. Like, I don't. So, anyways, I digress. I'm not gonna keep speaking on it. All I'm gonna say is that shit was very heavy to watch. I will leave it with the note of I'm not invalidating Anaya's feelings. I don't know why Trinity is jumping in this conversation because, again, I'm like, girl, you're mad about something that has nothing to do with what the argument is. I don't care if y'all want to say, oh, she's defending her girl, or why are you going so hard? Because just 2 weeks ago, you were telling Anaya she's bugging out, that she's reading too much into shit. Soon as these dudes all stepped into Casa and y'all saw that video, all of a sudden it flipped. So it couldn't have been that video because every man in that villa was having a time. So it couldn't have been the video that pissed you off that bad. You're mad. I'm going to guess it's about the whole Bryce thing, the conversation that they had in the kitchen. And we have all established that Casey never said that shit, but it hasn't came out yet. And I'm really hoping that during movie night, this shit comes out. Or that we bring to the front what the fuck the problem is. Because it seems like she really has an issue with Casey that is beyond Anaya. Like, I don't know what it is, but I hope it just comes to light. Because, girl, you're doing a lot. Like, but Anaya, I don't know what battery is being put in your back for you to get in somebody's face like that and talk to them like they're a child. But I just know that if you do that with any of the girls there and they pop you in the face, I didn't see nothing. Because what was the purpose of that? Like, you could have respectfully stayed on your side and told him to go sit down. I mean, y'all was already crossing the line, calling him all sorts of bitches, calling him all sorts of stuff, telling him to shut the fuck up, sit the fuck down, laughing at him. What more can you do? And what really, really makes my ass itch is that he's not even the worst person in this villa, because we about to get to the next person, and that's who I feel like y'all should have had it for. But I also understand that, for one, again, that seems to be the first clip that was shown, the sincere one, and also it was so appalling that nobody had any words. Melanie barely had words. So we get to sincere, and I'm gonna just leave this for the rest of the fucking video, because when I say production did their big one. Production did their big one. Look, again, I'm gonna have to emphasize on this because I think that y'all think when somebody has a negative opinion about somebody, they hate them. I don't hate Sincere. I don't know Sincere. I don't. But I will say that I dislike the things that he does. He genuinely reminds me of people that I've dealt with in the past, and it wasn't fun. Seeing the life, and I mean, honestly, like, Melanie has made her choice as a woman to stay with him, but seeing the life literally get drained out of somebody because they're so fucking tired in 3 weeks of dealing with somebody that is inconsistent as fuck is very sad to watch. And then returning to that person for whatever reason, because I don't know the reason. I don't see what she sees, but whatever, right? When I say, y'all, they went into the vault and got every fucking video side by side with him and Soul. It was crazy. And showing him call her and Soul beloved, y'all did y'all big one. And then showing him the same day that he said he wasn't fucking with this person anymore, and then going upstairs and fucking with that person was crazy. And then on top of that, On top of that, showing him cheering with Soul, telling her to cheers to longevity, honesty, whatever the hell he said. This is what I want, blah, blah, blah. Crazy work. And you know what's even crazier? This is just part one. Because I feel like once the whole Casey and all of that shit happened, like once all of that happened, I feel like she already had got on his ass. Because in tomorrow's episode, it shows part two. And part two is what everybody was asking for too, because this man had the nerve. And y'all probably like, why do you dislike him the most? He had the nerve, because I knew he was gonna do this. I told y'all he does not take accountability for what he does. I don't care about your sorries. So a sorry is not being accountable. It is not. It is not being accountable. You can say sorry and not give a fuck mentally. It is not accountable. He sat there and said, oh, but they're showing old clips with his fucking hand. Y'all, I wanted to come through that TV and I don't condone violence. You know what? I wanted to come through that TV and just real quick, just yoke him up a little bit. Even though I'm like way shorter than him, just real quick. Because what the fuck, bro? Like, I wouldn't even have room to talk if I was you. I wouldn't, Sincere. She had no words. Everybody was stunned. Even, it was so bad that the boys, Corbin's funny. I ain't gonna lie to you. Corbin was sitting there narrating the whole shit. Oh, this was the day that we got recoupled. This was the day. And I'm like, Corbin, shut the fuck up, man. I'm telling you, he made light out of this whole shit. It was a little funny. But other than that, it was not. There was nothing funny about watching that, because even though we all wanted him and Soul to connect, because we saw something. Let's be honest. Like, we did see something, and we wanted him to explore. Rewatching those clips, it was disgusting. Not because of Soul, because I love Soul. It was disgusting because he was really fucking going back and forth and downplaying Soul. Lying to Melanie. When I tell y'all, I was like, you have no fucking room to speak. Like, if I was you, just shut up. I wouldn't even, don't even apologize. Keep that shit, bro. And his apology was shit. Talk about, oh, I say a lot, but I mean a little. Shut the fuck up. Shut up, Sincere. Shut up. I want him out of my villa. Him and Kenzie need to fucking go. Him and Kenzie need to go expeditiously. And I can't wait till tomorrow for Kenzie's turn. I cannot wait. I don't give a damn about nobody. I don't even give a damn about Corbin. I want her to go. It was a lot last night. It was really a lot. Y'all let me know in the comments what you think about movie night. Keep it respectful, because I'm not trying to come at anybody. If you support Anaya, that's cool, but just don't come over here annihilating shit, because I don't need to hear it. If you support Casey as well, keep it respectful, because we don't need the badgering. But I really feel like she was dead wrong. Like the girls were dead wrong last night for getting on him like that. But especially her, when she walked up on him, that was really uncomfortable. And Sincere, just, if you stay for the rest of the season, just shut up, bro. Don't even talk anymore, because just be quiet, because just be quiet. You're done.